There's a lie that quietly destroys more sales careers than rejection ever will. At first, it sounds harmless. I worked hard today. But here's what most people never question. If hard work was enough, why are so many people still stuck? Because effort alone does not create dominance. Only controlled, sustained energy does. So, most people treat sales like performance. They chase the specific moments, the highlight reel. A good call, strong close, a big day. And when those moments do not stack or exist in the day, they think something is wrong with them. But the truth is, nothing is wrong with them. What is wrong is how they understand output. Because what you're actually doing every day is not working. You're converting energy into results. And if that conversion is inconsistent, your results will be too. Which brings us to the layer most people never examine. Before skill, before tactics, before leadership, there's a system running underneath all of it. And whether you understand it or not, it is deciding your results for you. So long before sales even existed, before businesses, markets, or commissions, there was a principle governing how everything moves. Scientists like James Prescott Joule and Rudolf Clausius did not invent it. They uncovered it. The first law of thermodynamics. Energy is never created or destroyed, only transferred or transformed. And the equation behind it is delta U equals Q minus W. Now, do not rush past this, because this is where most people miss it. The equation is not about machines, it is about movement and cost. What you put in, what it takes to perform, what remains. And the moment you see it clearly, you realize something uncomfortable. Nothing you want is waiting to happen. It is waiting to be paid for. And this is exactly where people misinterpret the law. They hear the word energy in, energy out, and immediately reduce it to effort. But effort is not the problem, direction is. Because if energy is always moving, the real question becomes, where is your energy actually going? See, people do not fail because they are not working. They fail because their energy is being pulled in the wrong directions. Watch this closely. An agent sits down for the day, they dial, they talk, they stay active. But in between, they're overthinking outcomes, replaying bad calls, worrying about rejection, hesitating before dialing, texting their significant other, arguing with their brother or sister. So even though they're working, their energy is split. Now contrast that with someone who's focused, who's grounded. Dial, present, adjust, and repeat. There's zero leakage, there's no hesitation, and there's also no emotional detours. Same hours, different results. Which leads to something most people never confront. See, the difference is actually not visible at all at first, but it does show up over time. And when it does show up, it looks like a talent gap, but it is not. It is an energy gap. So let's break this down exactly how that plays out. People think stamina is about how strong you start, but that's not where separation happens. Separation happens when fatigue enters. And most people have never trained for that moment, because the real question is not how good are you at your best, it is who are you when your energy drops. Hour 1, everyone looks sharp. Hour 4, that is where tone fades, speed drops, and hesitation creeps in. One person slows down, another one locks in. Same environment, different stamina. And that's where the scoreboard starts to separate itself. Once you see stamina for what it is, you start to notice something else. It is not just about surviving a day. It's about surviving enough days in a row to create a momentum. Now, there's the other side that I want to talk about, and that is called endurance. Endurance is where most people quietly lose the game. Not because they cannot go hard, but because they cannot go long. One agent explodes on Monday. Another one builds across the week. See, by Friday, one is completely drained. The other is dangerous because endurance does something effort cannot. It compounds. I remember when I was on the phones, for me, Monday was money-making Monday because I knew I was gonna explode. But I also understood that I couldn't close every single deal. So I planted my seeds. And when Friday came, and everybody was checked out, everybody was thinking about happy hour, everybody was thinking about the weekend, I made sure I had a different identity. My Fridays were called follow-up Fridays because I understood my effort, my concentration has been compounded over the days, and now here comes Friday, and I'm going to make the most out of it. So you need to understand, once something compounds, it becomes very hard to catch. But here's where it gets even more dangerous, because if you're repeating effort without improving it, you're not building momentum, you're building repetition. Learning is where energy multiplies. Without it, effort stays flat. With it, effort scales. One agent keeps dialing through the same objections. Another studies them, breaks them down, refines its own responses. So the following week, one is stuck while the other one becomes sharper. See, both of them have same calls, but both of them have different conversations. Because one invested energy into understanding, and the other one only invested into action. So it's important to learn. And once you understand how energy multiplies, you stop thinking as an individual and start thinking at scale. And that's where my next point comes in, which is leadership. You have to lead yourself. Leadership is not about pushing harder. It's about expending energy beyond yourself. One leader burns on trying to carry the team. Another builds systems, trains people, and creates consistency. Now, performance does not rely on one person. It spreads because energy is no longer being used, it is being transferred. And now you arrive at the point where most people get it wrong. They hear all of this and think the answer is simply to go harder. See, massive action without direction is expensive. Imagine going fast nowhere. Then you have to come back to the point that you started and start over. That's why it's expensive. See, energy without structure does not produce results. It produces noise. For example, you have agents with high volume, no awareness, they'll have low conversions. Lower volume, high intention, higher output. So the question is no longer, are you working hard? It becomes, is your energy actually producing something meaningful? And when you connect all of this together, stamina, endurance, learning, leadership, and action, you start to see the real problem. See, where people lose, that's where I'm taking you next. Now, if you guys want to remember what I just shared with you, to always ground yourself back to focus and make sure that you're dominant in sales, here is the acronym: stamina, endurance, learning, and leadership. And that spells sell. Now let's take you to the place where most people lose. See, people do not lose because they stop working. They lose because their energy fades too early. Their effort does not compound. Their actions do not evolve. Leaders lose when they push output without building systems. Agents who are on the phone, they rely on emotion instead of structure. And over time, the gap widens quietly. So if the law is fixed, if the equation does not change, then the only variable left is how you operate inside of it. And once you truly understand this, you stop chasing. You stop chasing results directly, because now you see what actually controls them. See, average people, they think, I need better opportunities. Elite people, they say, my results are a direct reflection of how I manage my energy. So remember this, energy never lies. It always tells the truth about what you're actually investing. If you want to be dominant, you need to understand that dominance is never random. It is not emotional. It is built through sustained, directed, and multiplied energy. And once you see that, you will stop guessing. You will start controlling. If this video helped you today, even one shift in how you think about sales, then don't stop here. Because mastering sales isn't about learning one trick or one mindset. It's about upgrading who you are every single week, one insight at a time. And that's exactly what I'm dropping here: sales mindset and performance mastery tips. So if you're serious about winning and you're tired of letting fear, doubt, and inconsistencies run your career, then hit that subscribe button right now. And don't click off yet, because the next video on your screen goes even deeper into leveling up your sales and your mindset. Let's go.